TV show that we will be reviewing. Just think of it as turning your movie group chat into a podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz.
I am Jason. And man, per usual, I got some house rules I want to run through with you. So let's get started. One, we will be spoiling this review. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it, please stop, go check it out, and then come listen to this review. Number two, please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know, let your church members know, let your family know what we are doing over here at the Was It Good Though podcast. Number three, have fun. We just kicking shit, having fun with my friends. That's what we do. And last but not least, this is not a kid-friendly podcast. So if you're watching with your kids, that's something on you that has nothing to do with us. Let's get to this review. Yes, we are back, Jazz. It's been a minute since we've been on here, man.
It has. You know what's funny? I was about to share a video on your Instagram or your Facebook, and I see you got podcaster in your profile.
What? Is it true?
It is, but it's just funny to see it.
It's either that podcast and the father. That's typically.
I have to take podcast out of my bio.
Why?
I be in Twitter DMs a little bit too much, so they see podcasts and they start thinking they're like, oh, you a podcast? I'm like, no, I talk movies. I'm like, no, it's not like that. I promise you.
Man, I dip that. I'm not a podcast nigga. I just do a few reviews. That's it.
It's like these days you gotta tell them like, whoa, I don't do nothing toxic. We're talking about movies. It's funny.
No, I do it toxic though.
What makes it funny is like I have like most popular episodes on my buzz sprout, and the ones that are most popular tend to be the ones where we still had like 5 people on the show, and I was clearly drunk on them, just talking a lot of shit. So I just look bad. At some point. I was just like, yeah, let's just dead that. I don't do that no more. I'm retired.
But let me go ahead and get this introduction kicked off, people. What's good? This is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And we are here with our brother Ivy. How you doing, sir?
Man, we chilling, folks. We chilling. I know I look crazy because I got a hoodie on, but it's cold outside. Let's get out the way. I already know it's about to be June, but it was cold outside.
Where you live?
In Texas, but we had bad thunderstorms.
Oh yeah, I did hear.
I heard about that.
That shit hit.
I'm glad it wasn't too bad because I know I was hearing how bad it was about to get and everything.
On my side of town, it's fine. It's floods on the north side.
Oh well.
Yep.
Blessings. But man, we are here to recap and discuss To Me My X-Men. I think that's what they kept saying.
That's the title of the first episode.
That's what they always say too. That's what they always say it too. But yes, the I guess the reboot or the rebooted or sequel. Is it just a continuation?
It's a continuation.
Continuation of the. Everybody would say, X-Men was one of the best animated series of the 90s, and I don't think that would have been a show I would have watched back then. I know Jazz was big.
I grew up watching it.
I don't think the content would have attracted me like that. Like just looking.
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you. That theme song be loud. Like goddamn. That shit, like goddamn. Like you just take that shit off.
I think that's what drew me to Power Rangers. But yes, X-Men was a little too deep. Just thinking about it as a kid, I wouldn't have liked that at all as a kid. As an adult, I appreciate it though.
I can see that for children. Yeah.
But yeah, man, X-Men 97. Like I said, we jump into it.
X needs to be shot.
Why?
I want him to know this is all his fault.
Why you want him to get shot?
This dude gave the power of the Charles Xavier Institute and the X-Men to Magneto. You might as well give Idi Amin $1 billion. Like what? You Eric, stop. No, Magnus. It's Magnus in the show. Magnus, stop! You don't need to do this. I'm like, you gave him the team.
You sound like Scott.
You gave him the team, bro.
You sounded
Oh
like
my
Scott.
God.
Why, Professor? Why?
He was like, I wanted to change him. What about him says he can change?
He wasn't horrible, but he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't too horrible. Now, I will say, just looking at the show, I thought it was going to, because I watched the Wolverine and the X-Men show, and the Magneto in that show was horrible. Like he did Genosha in that show to get the mutants to side with him to kill the humans. So I thought that's what they were going with on this. So seeing it go a different route, or to think that he was dead, which I didn't think he was dead when that happened, but I definitely thought that was what's going to happen in the show. You don't like Magneto,
bro? Because I like Magneto. I don't like how we try too hard to. He's not an anti-hero. He's clearly a villain. You get where he's coming from, but I said when the episode 1 came out, I said he's about to do the most evil shit on earth, and remind you that he's a fucking villain. What did he do? He turned off the power. He shut down the world's power.
But to be fair, all that shit he saw on Genosha, if I had his power, I probably would have done the same thing.
Oh my God. Leave us common black folk out of it. Leave us common black folk out of it. I just don't sit around me being a black man. I'm like, dang, I ain't a mutant. He'll be fucking my ass up. Talking about you don't know what it's like.
But look. Okay, so so before we really get to, we done got into it, but let's get into it. Jazz, I'm gonna start with you, man. Who is your favorite X-Men so far?
Throughout the show, I think I'm going to say, no, she was on some bullshit.
Was it Rogue?
I would say Rogue, but I couldn't stand her accent in this.
I like the accent.
It was a lot worse than the original show.
It wasn't.
Oh God,
don't bring God in this. You asked me, and I didn't like the accent in this. But if I gotta say my favorite, who I thought was out here just going crazy, I'm gonna say Mr. Sinister. He played an excellent villain in this series, and I love that he was one of the main villains in it.
I mean, yeah. What about you, Ivy? Who's your favorite?
It's Gambit, man. Oh my God.
R.I.P.
Oh my God. That whole episode was hurting me.
Did you cry?
Oh my God.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my God.
If you did cry,
oh my God. Because I was mad as hell. I'm like, you about to put my boy Gambit through the ringer because he can't touch you, even though he loves you anyways. And is committed to you over this nigga. I bet. I know he be wearing the fucking spandex and shit, but goddamn. Like, ease up. And she finally chooses him. He don't know that she chose her. No. He don't know at all. My boy hit the cleanest self-sacrifice of all time. I just threw shit, bro. I was mad as hell. I was mad. Gambit was so cold.
Go
ahead.
Did you watch the episodes early morning, or did you pretty much wait till the afternoon to watch them?
I kind of watched them midday because I would always forget they came out early in the morning. So I was just watching around like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So I kept hearing, and I saw the Gambit episode that Thursday because I was busy that Wednesday. Everybody kept talking about Gambit. I said, what happened? They kept saying something about Gambit. And I was like, damn, I said, did Rogue do him dirty for real? Like, what's going on? Because no one's saying anything.
Yeah. Twitter,
oh my God, bro.
spoiled that shit so early. So I was like, I gotta watch it. I watched it probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning every week.
That brings me back to the days we was all watching WandaVision. You had to be up at like 4 a.m. because niggas going to TL spoiling it already. I'm like, damn. Like, but Gambit go hard. And he's one of those mutants. I'm like, we need to prioritize him because no one sees how cool he really is.
I agree. Some people might see Gambit as like a simp.
He's not a simp. He's in love. I need people to say that's what being in love looks like. Like, as a kid, you're like, man, this nigga buggy, he's simping. No, as a dude that's almost 30 and has felt love, that is what being in love feels like. I feel that now. I felt that shit heavy. I was like, oh no.
Man, but
She
look,
was like,
but
I
look
can't
though,
feel you. I was like, oh God.
fuck
I was
that.
like, oh
He
God.
so she couldn't feel him, but she could feel Magnus, man.
That's
Like
crazy.
that. I know that. I would have probably threw a card at them niggas at that point. I was like, nah,
Oh
they
my
got me fucked up. Why you
but
touching him?
man,
Why
I was
you
ready.
can touch him without gloves on? Like
And
that's like
again,
taking. That's like
I
man, like
I know the feeling. So like, I'm like, damn, I would crash out if this was me. I'm like, y'all would hate me being in the house. I'm starting shit with everybody. I am starting shit with everybody.
like I said, in Wolverine and X-Men, Gambit was a villain in that show. So when he went to Genosha, he was dating Wanda. He actually was dating Wanda on the low. Now he dated Wanda. He dated the sister, the younger sister. I think Magneto had 3 kids: Pietro, Wanda. Then of course there's one more. I think she has the power of of that like
Magnetism.
magnetism like him. But yeah, he was dating her, and he was using her, of course, to get what he needed in that show. But man, yeah, no, Gambit, I hated that. My favorite was of course, who led the funeral, Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler had one of the
Nightcrawler did go
best.
hard.
I think he had one of the best introductions in the original show, and I love they kept his character true to who he was when they brought him back in this. So I really appreciate his character. I thought they were gonna get my boy out of here on that last episode. I said, man,
I
hold
did
on.
too.
He doing all this zipping through the.
He's one of my favorite mutants as well. Like he would be my second answer.
Yeah. I do and since we probably gonna be jumping around, when we got to see the visuals of Nightcrawler getting Logan during the battle towards the end of the season, and you actually saw how it looked from that point of view, I thought that was so fucking dope. Like this series had a lot of visuals that I would love to see this in theaters, like on a big screen.
I was thinking the same thing too, and it's just I'm glad that you had the showrunner who before he got fired, somebody who's just kind of really committed to giving you not only catching the spirit of the show, but like kind of for the most part wanting to stay as true as you can to the comics. Because most people, if you only watch movies, you would not know how cool these guys' powers are.
Right.
I have to tell people, no, Nightcrawler does not teleport. He does, but he doesn't. His nigga goes to a different dimension and pops out on the other side. That is different. Like, we need to see what that really looks like. That's awesome. That's awesome as hell. I don't want to see Jubilee, though, but that's it.
I think she had her and Roberto had the weakest storyline to me.
He pissed me off. He pissed me off so much, bro. I'm like, damn, get it over with. Like, we're running for sentinel. No, someone will see. Boy, fuck you. Fuck you. We're trying to live.
Now Roberto. Now it felt like they switched it. Like they gave him the Jube's storyline from the original show.
They wanted another Jubilee. They wanted to have the same effect. It didn't work.
No, I liked, you know, I've recently watched the New Mutants, and his character was in that.
Yeah,
so it's interesting to see that he was in this show.
Hey, y'all, get Jubilee out of here. She sucks. She sucks. Like, what do
Jubilee? She got a lot of screen time for real.
A lot. Again.
The episode where they split her and Rogue time. I was like, man, they could have gave us a full Rogue episode. They didn't have to give me no Jubes. Who Jubes?
No.
Who?
Rogue's actually.
Oh, I said Rogue. I'm sorry, Storm. I meant Storm. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Storm
Rogue's
episode. They split it.
Y'all forget y'all.
I like Rogue. I don't know what Jazz. The new voice is way better. And the same actress, but the new voice is better than I couldn't. The old one, man, it took me a minute to get into it. I took that shit off. I was like, oh, no, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna watch this. And I wasn't talking like this.
Too much twang.
I'm biased towards Rogue mostly because I was down bad for the live action version when I was a kid. I was a kid when those movies came out. I loved me some Anna Paquin as a kid, man. So, hey, Rogue was always gonna have love in my book just off the strength.
I know I seen some stuff on Twitter where they were just like, was she a good Rogue?
For what they gave her to do.
I think
Anna Paquin.
Yeah.
I think for the most part they all did the best they could with the material they were given. Here's the issue that was brought up to me. If you guys want to check this video out, it's Cosmonaut Variety Hour. He reviewed all the X-Men movies, every single one of them, and he said an issue that he noticed is anytime that you introduce a new mutant, because their powers are kind of very creative. Once the writers have nothing to, they don't know how to use them because they're pretty much either overpowered or it's like an easy plot convenience. They kind of sideline them. They do that with every single mutant you can really think of. They immediately sideline them. Like, I want to say they did it with Storm. They did it with Cyclops. They did it with Rogue. They did it with Nightcrawler. They did it with shit. Archangel. They did it. They did it with a lot of mutants.
I mean, they only show love to Jean and Wolverine.
I'm
Like
tired
them the only two they show.
I'm tired of seeing that storyline. I do not care. I do
Yeah.
not care that it was a thing in the last series. I'm sick and tired of this 5'3" nigga being so pressed. Oh my god!
You said wait,
Ew.
you just said you wanted love. You was cool with it when it was
Yeah,
Gambit.
Oh no, I love
but
love.
now you
I don't
It
like.
was Asian
I love
love.
love. Dirty
Asian
Mackie.
love was cool.
Dirty Mackie is a no. I'm tired of seeing Dirty Mackie niggas for 30 years, bro.
Let's
It's been 30
go!
years of this
Let's
nigga Dirty
go!
Mackie. It's not that he's in love with her, and there's like a weird little gray area between them, and she may or may not have interest in somebody else while also having interest in him. No, she is in a relationship. She's married to another dude, and he's sitting there trying to morph while he's holding on to his dear life. Gene. I was like, bro, I'm sick of this. There is a compilation of edits of Wolverine being down bad over Gene, and they're playing Jagged Edges, He Can't Love You in the background.
What's crazy is that I'm just like, Wolverine, what about Jean has you so hooked? Because it's not like she even gave you any ash. That maybe she read your mind, but she do that a lot. She get around mind wise. But he could have also went after Madeline for real, because I mean that's the same bitch, except Madeline has
I
Scott
would have gone
Baby.
after Madeline. I'm built different. I would have gone after Madeline. Like, oh, she different? Cool. We over here.
You probably saw when she made that entire house like creepy as shit. He was like, nah, that ain't a bitch I want.
Well, yo, what's that shit she said to Scott? What did she say to Scott?
Yeah, she was like, say my name, Scott. And he said,
I was like, oh no. I'm like, oh, this is freaky.
Nah, I feel like realistically, like Madeline, if they didn't like break the whole curse and shit that Sinister or the control Sinister had over her, she could have bodied all of them for real.
Oh, no
like
cap. No cap.
she had Magnus out here cut all the way up with glass from like they were in a church. Like she fucked Magnus up.
Shout out Madeline, Jean.
She did.
Clone.
So R.I.P. to her.
So let me ask y'all this though. So of course, you know, we this show when it kicks off, they get right to the shits, which I appreciate. So of course we get some introductions, but who was y'all favorite introduction in the 97 series?
Define introduction.
Introduction when we see them on screen. Well, yeah, when we see them on screen, they kicking ass. Like they come in and you're like, okay, yeah, now this motherfucker, they did this right. They finally giving justice to this person.
I don't know if it's the first appearance, but I think it was in the first episode. Mm-hmm. My nigga Cyclops, I was like, hey yo, nobody's going no one's going like catch him. Boy, yo, I hopped up out of my seat when I saw him. And he was like a thief's move about 1,000 feet in the air. This nigga used his fucking shit and softened the landing. I was like, oh, that's gangster.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cold as hell.
Yeah.
I don't think superhero movies and content is getting old. I've said this for a long time. I said, give us interesting characters, make us like the characters to the point we want to follow their story, and make their powers creative enough. That's it. That is some shit. Oh my god. That right there, that's my shit right there. Seeing Storm turn sand into fucking diamonds and ice, a tornado, that's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'll also add, like, just seeing the mutants use their powers in a creative way that we've never seen before. Because I don't remember Cyclops using his eye lasers to break his fall. I do not remember seeing him use it on Bishop to where Bishop can use it to get energized by it. I don't ever remember seeing Gambit use his powers for anybody else like he did with Wolverine. So like they got really creative when you had the team working together.
Even when he got stabbed in the side, he got killed.
That was fire. Like
when he just held that shit.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit. I'm like, this nigga tripping. Like that's cool. Because you would forget with Scott, they're lasers, but they're not lasers. They feel more like a hard ass punch than anything else. I just completely forgot. I was like, oh shit, you're right. This is not a deadly thing. This is that. Cool. Yeah. So shout out to them. They did their homework.
Yeah, and I appreciated that. And I think my favorite introduction was when they went into that first room. And he was like, "Wait, I can see my breath," and then Storm bust down into the room, and she was like, and then Bishop was like, "You just gonna talk to him?" He was like, "I mean, I'm trying to be peaceful first, but now I got to turn up real quick." But I like Bishop powers. It kind of made me think of Tony Stark when he got shot by Thor, and then he was sending the lightning bolt over to Thanos in that episode. Well, not episode, but in Endgame.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
I would say mine wasn't during a battle. Y'all gonna be like, Jazz, why you riding his dick so hard? I'm gonna say I love the introduction to Sinister because it was scary as hell on an animated type of level because he was just like
no animation. I want to see
it was
animation.
Really dark.
I want to see a horror animation movie. I feel like I told you, the what was that? Puss in Boots. The way they did that. The way they did.
I saw that bitch Adobe. That Puss in Boots. I heard that whistle. I said, hell no. And you just see that nigga like, oh shit, we here.
So I would love to see a horror movie animated. And like you said, I do like that episode. I was like, man, what the fuck is this? It threw me off. I didn't know what the fuck they were going for or what was going to happen when he came in. I was like, oh shit. Did you think he was going to be the main villain in the show?
They did say that Sinister was going to be the main villain. Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to kind of assume that he was going to be the main villain, especially since you're trying to go Magneto being a hero for some reason.
I mean, even Tommy Oliver became a hero in the Power Rangers. I mean, it happens. People have they switch sides.
That nigga does not change. That nigga, bro, think about it. In the Fatal Attraction comics, the only way you can stop that nigga is you have to say, "Hey, enough is enough, bro." Professor X said, "No, I'm done with this," and he shut his mind down. Like that's how much that nigga does not change. And I'm sick. I'm sick of it. He keeps giving us the okie doke. I've been getting the okie doke from that nigga since motherfucking.
But
what is his name? Who was in the first movie? You know the dude.
Sabretooth? I mean,
no,
Sabretooth?
No, the dude who played Professor. The dude who played Magneto. Fuck, what is his name?
Oh,
Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen. Yeah. I've been watching him give us the okie doke for 20 years. I don't want to see it no more. Just be evil, please. Just give me just some evil.
But the thing is, like, Magneto wasn't wrong. Magneto was right the entire time.
He wasn't wrong. It's always his. He is never wrong himself. His approach is just ass. That's the issue.
Who he sound like?
His approach is ass. Like
Killmonger.
Like or kill. Look, two things can be true.
It's Killmonger. It's closest to Killmonger because
Killmonger got on my damn nerves in that movie too. Hey, let's start world warfare and genocide. Like that was his answer to things. It's like, bro, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like that's not okay. Oh my god. They made him the leader of that fucking team.
I don't think there's no problem with that.
That big ass M on his chest.
Nah, his outfit was wild. I'm not gonna
His outfit was wild.
That was some shit. That was some shit.
When they put him up on the shit, I said, "Oh, y'all doing that?" I was like, "Oh, I know the audiences. Y'all straight."
If he tweets that he got the Magneto outfit on his OnlyFans, I'm gonna subscribe for like a week.
I'm sick of you. You out of control. And if you subscribe to OnlyFans, you'll be locked in for a month. That's what I heard.
Oh, all right. Thanks, Jason, for letting me know.
Just make sure at least you know what the streets told me. So
for black-owned businesses.
That's crazy.
So in this, like in '97, of course, we're dealing with, Scott, Jean, they're pregnant. Scott is dealing with that. He's also trying to balance his team. They always kind of make him emotional, but I do appreciate the emotion they gave him a more of an angry emotional, more than a bitch emotional, like they do in the old series. Do y'all think that Jean knew what Xavier's plan was? Because she kept saying maybe he wants us to leave. Do you think she knew that information, or was it just an intuition?
Here's why I say I don't think so that she knew. Because based on I didn't do a full rewatch, but I kind of just did like a recap of this original series. You can kind of pinpoint at some point during season 2 where she gets swapped out. Where this is very likely the moment where she swapped out with Madeline. Like that's probably like the best she'll get. So I don't think that she knew. I think it was more so specifically kind of her following her Winter Soldier style programming from Mr. Sinister. So like, hey, let's quit this shit and get out of here. That's how I interpreted it, though.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, excuse me. I don't know. I don't think he was trying to implement them leaving. I mean, it would make sense. I could see it both ways.
It's just me filling in the gaps, just as best as I can with the information we got.
So Ivy, what was your favorite episode of '97?
As much as it pains me, man, that remembered episode was cold. That remembered episode was cold. That shit was hard. That might be the best one.
Let me ask you. Ivy, is Swamp Rat racist?
It's not. So it's not It's not racist, but it's more so of like it's very just belittling people from Louisiana. It's like very belittling people from Louisiana.
Matthew McConaughey would be a sewer rat, right? I mean, a swamp rat.
He's from Texas.
He is from Texas, which I told Jazz. I just told you last night, but I feel like he gives New Orleans to me for some reason.
I can.
Louisiana, let me say.
It's because his accent doesn't. That's not a natural Texas accent from the areas that he's from. It sounds so odd.
A majority of his movies, he's in some southern state sweating. And just
he do be sweating.
Except for Wolf on Wall Street, where he was cleaning a suit, but like anywhere else, he's sweating. I'm like, damn, get him some AC.
He was even sweating in Tropic Thunder. I'm like, God damn, give my nigga a towel.
He sweats everywhere.
What about you, Jazz? What was your favorite episode?
I mean, I'm gonna have to say Fire Made Flesh, which is episode 3. I thought
really?
that episode was creative.
Remind me which one that is.
That was the one where Madeline pretty much showed herself, and we come to find, and then Sinister was introduced. That whole scene in the house, in the mansion, where Gambit walk in the room and he see Rogue, or excuse me, he see Rogue and
Magneto
Magnus.
Touching.
No, they was in sync. They was like.
When I tell you, I would have crashed out, yo.
But burnt the whole house. But it burnt the whole house down.
I would. Oh my god!
Gambit said, "I can't unsee that."
I would have crashed out.
I thought it was dope.
Always out of sight, out of mind. Even I don't care if you see other niggas and we're not together. Just don't out of sight, out of mind. If I don't see it, it's cool. The moment I see shit, I'm crashing out, and I'll lie up and hey, whatever happens, happens.
That shit at breakfast. He was seeing that shit at lunch. He was seeing that shit at dinner.
Morph is a bitch. I would have slid that. I would have slid Morph in a heartbeat. I would have slid Morph in a heartbeat. Oh my god, who lets him get away with these things?
But Scott told him, he said, "Man, you a creep, bro. Like you need to chill out."
You weird.
Morph is weird. Did y'all like how Morph? I mean, he kind of introduced or got us was able to allow us to see so many different characters throughout the show.
No.
How did y'all feel about that?
Even in the original series, like that's the first time we ever canonically saw Deadpool on screen. Like that's interesting shit. Yeah, Kori.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
What's good?
That's
What's good?
We got.
I was actually gonna ask Jazz. Actually, what was y'all favorite morph transformation in the show? Because when I did my rewatch, it was something I actually forgot about. But he had a lot of different characters he was introducing that hadn't been in the show yet. Let me say.
Well, you want to answer that first?
We'll start with you.
I don't remember half of the mutants' names, unfortunately, but I'm gonna say the one that was kind of like, oh shit, is when he turned to Jean over there on.
That was my answer.
When he was my answer. He was like, Logan, I love you. I'm like,
I was like, hey,
yo, wow.
I was like, boy, no way, boy.
Nah, mine's different. Mine's definitely the Hulk. Like that was.
Yeah, Morph Smash. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that was alright.
It was like, oh shit, like the Avengers. Oh my god, like it just started putting everything together, and I got even more hyped, and I got excited, like I was screaming. I was like, no, like it was, no, the Hulk. That was like the best.
I think when he did Pietro on the episode when they found out about Trask had been the one behind them making the Prime Sentinels, I was like, what the fuck did he? I'm like, he fast, but I'm like, shit, where the fuck did Pietro come from? I'm like, oh shit, that's once again that's Morph switching and you ain't even see it.
Mhm. Mhm.
But Kori, glad that you're able to pop in with us and
Thank
chat with
you.
us.
Thank you for inviting. This is so cool. Thanks.
But I was going to ask you,
Mhm.
who was your favorite character in the show?
Okay, so since I was a kid, because we used to watch X-Men 97, my brother and me, like that was like our show. So me watching it again, we had like video chats, phone calls after the next day because he's in Cali. So we'd be like, this is what happened. And then he'd get upset. So it just brought back all those memories. But I'm a Storm. Storm has always been my girl. Like she is, I don't care what she does. She can have no wrong in my life. Like she is like
Ask
there.
me if I almost threw the remote on my TV when she lost her powers at the end of
No,
Bruh, I almost dropped the tear. I didn't cry when Gambit died, but I almost cried when the Storm lost her powers.
I was heated.
No.
I said this show. I said, oh, they made the show to piss me off. I bet.
No, I cussed her out.
Episode
I cussed her out.
Episode 2.
And speaking of, can I just get my shit off real quick about pissing me off?
he been waiting.
Yeah.
The floor is yours, brother.
I got a hog tie Kevin Feige because for some reason I understand in the moment the decision was made, we were all grieving. Cool, whatever. I have noticed there has been this weird uptick of just refusing to acknowledge T'Challa in Marvel media anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I'm cool with the Black Panther movie. Why in this Captain America video game? Why? When they said King T'Chaka, that is up there with the Jean and Logan thing. The whole Jean and Logan storyline. That was up there with me. It is the same continuity of the same show. Mm-hmm. It was T'Challa played by Keith David. Mm-hmm. When they said King T'Chaka, I called my homeboy and I started screaming on the phone. He said, "Oh, that can mean one of a few things." He said, "What they do to Black Panther," and I'm like, "Bro," he's like, yeah, there's something up here." Oh my God, I'm tired. I am so tired.
See, that doesn't so for me, it doesn't bother me that much that they don't use T'Challa because I feel like that's going to come. Like it's going to come when it comes, and I think that the introduction or bringing him back into the actual show or into the MCU fold is going to hit the way it needs to. So I'm okay with them taking their time, but it doesn't bother me.
They about to hit that hole when I'm 40 and I don't care anymore. That's what they gonna do.
When the mutant saga come, nigga, you gonna care. You gonna be there.
Bro,
don't give me that.
I'm 28. They gonna bring that nigga back and I'm 40. And the kids gonna be like, Dad, Black Panther. I'm like, okay. I don't give a shit no more. I don't care.
So since we're talking about grievances, I want to start with you, Quarter. How do you feel about the utilization of Storm? Because that was a big thing I seen. Because I didn't understand or see any of that stuff. But then when the show ended, people were going the fuck in on Bo. Like they were going crazy about her being underutilized, especially in the finale episode. Because when we start this show off, Storm in the first 2 episodes. I feel like everything was about Storm. Mm-hmm. Like I was like, oh my God, they finna make a Storm-centered universe. We finna finally get to it. But you being a big Storm fan, how did you feel about her utilization in this series?
I really thought she was gonna have a bigger role because if you watch the old X-Men 97, like her role was there too, like back in the days, the older version. But then when not they wrote her off, but when it was kind of like they put her away somewhere and it really wasn't about her anymore. And it's like, so wait, what are they doing with her? Like they just brought her back. Even the finale, the 2-part finale, mm-hmm. You would think that'd be more about her. She's back. Let's use her powers. She's the Omega. Like she's there. Like she has her. We'll talk about her. How they changed up her outfit later, but all that stuff. I wanted more from Storm. I needed Storm to have more of a role in all these episodes. Like she was the center of everything. Her and Jean, whoever it was, Madeline or Jean or whatever, they had that and you also whoever had that relationship and all that too. She had a connection to Rogue. She was like the center of everything. Literally her. Okay, I'm gonna say unpopular opinion. Sometimes even more than Cyclops, more than Scott. Like
easily.
Like in my eyes, Storm is the leader. Like to me, Storm is the real leader.
Thank you. Like exactly. Like they needed to use her like that, and they did it. And all I'm saying for season 2, we're not there yet, but they better because
I I will say what bothers me about Storm, and on top of we had to sit here and watch Professor X and Magnus have another conversation like we've been doing for 30 years.
In the
And
same bar. In the
bro,
same bar.
when that shit happened, I said, "All right, bro." I was like, you know what? I'm sick of y'all. But no, I mentioned before you showed up, but I said this is an issue that the comic book writers have gotten around it for some reason in like actual television media, especially the movies. When it comes to like very powerful mutants, they do not know what to do with them, and they kind of just pigeonhole them into being a one-trick pony or gimmick. Look at Quicksilver in the newer Fox movies, or they just sideline them. Like Storm was sidelined pretty much throughout the entire franchise, and she's the most powerful one, arguably. You don't get much out of these people. It's just weird.
are we talking about the movies too? Because in the movies, I feel she had a bigger role. Like,
She did, but if you break it down by time, she actually has like the least amount of screen time in comparison to any of the characters.
Okay.
Like you feel her presence, but she does not have much screen time at all. I was actually shocked to find that out. Like she's down there. Only person she was really under, only person that she was like over was like Beast, Rogue, and Nightcrawler. Like that's all who she was really over.
it wasn't even. Yeah, you're right.
She just be sitting there. She be sitting in the corner looking good, not doing shit.
What about you, Jazz? How do you feel about her utilization in the show?
I mean, I would have definitely loved to see more of Storm because I feel like a lot of the scenes that we actually saw her, they didn't seem long enough. I love seeing her and Forrest together. She got her boo with her, and she was fighting her demons. And I feel like that should have been an entire episode rather than splitting it against Jubilee and her boo playing games.
They need to delete that boy. They need to delete that boy.
Thank you.
Oh my god!
They can delete her too. Truthfully,
straight up, Jubilee sucks.
You
Did it seem like Jubilee got more time than Storm?
She did, and they made us take away Storm's powers. So at least give us some ill shit to say, hey, we took away his power. She came back. Don't give us no fucking black suit and say, here y'all go. She got her hair back too. No,
she did get her edges back.
I will backhand you and make it look sexy. Like no, absolutely not. You're not about to sit here. You are not about to sit here and not give me Storm, and I gotta sit here and deal with it. Y'all like, well, wait till season 2.
Man, but there are a lot of characters. I mean, a lot of these people, I feel they do need screen time. I do appreciate them putting a backseat to Wolverine. We get enough of him. He got a whole movie coming in the summer, so I'm okay with him taking the back seat.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like his character is gonna have a larger role in the next season based on what happens to him at the end.
What group was he with? What group was Wolverine with? Because they split up.
Whipping X.
He should have been with the one.
He was in blue.
Magneto.
Yeah, he was blue.
That makes no sense.
Who else was there?
Scott,
him,
Jubilee.
Look, he said bye. Look,
Jean. Nope. Jean was over there going up to Mr.
Why was he there?
Again with this.
Yeah.
It's been a love triangle for 32 years.
Yeah.
It's gonna forever be one, man. It's gonna forever be that.
And I feel like they did that on purpose, knowing everything was happening with him, and knowing we have
He about to go feral and be weird and shit.
And he's dedicated to him, and I get it, but he's kind of like the main one too with everything. Like he really is like the shit. Like you can't say nothing about Wolverine. He literally is a beast.
Wolverine's fired. Just stop making that a thing. He's about to go feral and be weird.
Yep.
He's about to be weird, and then Jean's about to unlock his brain in some way, form, or fashion. And that's going to be like their version of a lovemaking scene. It's going to be weird, dog. It's going to be weird. We got to sit there and watch it again.
I think it's going to feel like what was that third X-Men Apocalypse. I feel like that's what it's going to feel like. Him being super, like him super, like I can't even
wasn't in Apocalypse.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he sure was. He sure was.
It was that's my favorite iteration of Wolverine.
I want to say that
he sure was. I was about to leave that theater. I was about to leave that theater because I didn't see the trailer, and I saw him pop up in that movie. I'm glad you don't remember.
Yeah, because the finale is basically preluding my goat. You see, Gavin's another one. Look, I love your background. The finale is basically prelude to that, like the apocalypse. Like Gambit's gonna be, like
Yeah.
he's gonna be who he is. They're gonna What's her name? Cyclops. I didn't even say her name right.
Psylocke.
Psylocke. I always say her name wrong. She stood there like she's ready to fight, like she's coming back, like it's about to be.
It's gonna be lit. Whenever they come back, whenever they bring the show back, it's gonna be lit. Jazz, what did you think about when Magneto pulled the adamantium out of Wolverine?
I thought that nigga was dead for real. Well, I kind of knew he wasn't, but then I was just like, anytime there have been conversations of people talking about Wolverine going against Magneto, I'm like, that doesn't seem like a really good fight because Magneto can control metal. He has all of that running through his body. So just to see that, and it came fresh out of the comics, and the only reason why I know that is because the still shot at the end. And I saw on Twitter where they had a comparison of what was in the comics to that. That shit blew my mind.
That's the comic
I was just like, you said what?
I said that's the comic I was telling y'all about where Professor X shut down Magneto's brain. He was like, I'm sorry. I wanted that scene to be more graphic, but for what the animation was, I get it. Hand and cell drawing is different from animation. You get a certain amount of budget and you get a certain amount of animators. I get it completely. But
hold on. I'm looking at the Instagram. Dwayne said he deboned Wolverine like some catfish.
He basically did.
Yeah. And then here go Xavier. No, what you did to Logan? And I'm like,
see, Professor X in the comics was gangster. He said, "Yo, I'm tired of this nigga. Shut his brain down." No. He was done. He was a vegetable.
I didn't, because I haven't read the comics. I know, I haven't read it. Now I want to read them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all gonna have to tell me later where to start with these comics.
It's such a long series. There's so many different versions. There's so many different spinoffs. Like, unless you just feel like reading everything, you gotta just, even if you sound like basic as fuck, you gotta start with like the biggest storylines, and then find your way through there, and just kind of just do whatever.
I did exactly what you guys did. Like, I went on after that debone him like that was the best.
He did debone him like a catfish for real.
Debone him like a catfish. That's awesome. But after I saw that, I started looking on Twitter too, and that's how I found out it's from the comic and what happens. And
one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic X-Men storyline of all time, Fatal Attraction leading into Onslaught.
It's up there. See, a lot of people don't like that storyline of Onslaught, and it is interesting they did go away from that, where he was able to help him resurrect his mind before it collapsed. Because at that point, it would have been a completely different situation.
It still technically could be though, because
you think so?
Because remember when they created Onslaught, it's because a piece of Magneto was still in Professor X's brain, and that was the one that still was very resentful, hateful, all that stuff. And Professor X, being as powerful as fuck as he is starting to lose his grip on having such a high moral code and having such a high standard. We shit on Professor X for like not wanting to go the peaceful route. Be peaceful, nigga. The shit that you can do, the shit that he can do. Yeah, he better not, like, I'm glad he has this great moral compass. He does not crash out, because I'm more terrified of him than Magneto on any given day. On any given day, you start to see him lose that grip, drop that entire comic. And it's like, oh, that's how they create Onslaught. Yeah, no. So everybody hates Professor X. Straight up.
Straight up. We gotta hold him accountable for this.
I hold him accountable, but I don't hate him. Don't hate him. Don't hate him.
I don't hate none of them, but I'm just like, you left and you getting you a whole boo about to get married and shit.
Mama, he went and got some legs and got some ass. Like, yo, that's what he did.
Why didn't he bring those legs back with him?
And he got back in the chair.
The damn house is destroyed. What you doing, Professor?
But the shiny yellow chair is still straight. I heard the music played. I heard in the background like I was watching Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness again.
But his electronic chair was destroyed. That shit was so destroyed. So he was like, I got a wheel around the house now. Like, yeah, Charles.
I'm sick of
Jazz, you since you brought it up, I'm gonna ask you. You said you appreciated, Storm and Forge. You appreciate this relationship. So we do find out the reason that Storm lost her powers was, Forge was doing some work for the government. I guess he was covering his own ass or what. I don't understand why he would create things to hurt his own people, but he did. So what I was going to ask you was, if your boo created a weapon that cut off your toes, like, would you forgive him?
Yo, that's a crazy question.
It's not. It's relevant. She lost her powers.
But could he help me, influence me to get some toes back?
I mean, mechanical. He's a robot. He's a mechanical. So yeah, he can get you some toes. There's gonna be mechanical toes.
He wasn't malicious about it. He didn't think my toes would get cut off. So it wasn't like he was just like, go after Jazz's toes. Like, I didn't think they would use it like that. So I'm be mad, but can't hate Bay for that. He gonna give me some fresh new toes.
Crap.
It's what is this?
Oh my god.
Now you know better. Now
my
you know.
God, I keep forgetting it's not my. It's not my green screen. I thought it was my green screen. I forgot my green screen fell down.
I'm like, Jason do that shit all the time. I'm like, Jason,
My fault,
I can't
y'all.
see it.
Ah.
You know what? Look. Storm was so in love. Storm was so in love.
I don't like. Okay, so that's the second thing I don't like. I don't like they keep making her fall in love with people that she don't know.
They did do that in the original series. Yeah, that was.
But she gave up her whole life.
Yeah.
Jump ship.
Wolverine is right there. Please, y'all. Wolverine is right there. Let's just make that happen.
Do you think they'll actually go down that?
But it does happen.
It does in the future because it was an episode
in the future
series where they were together.
Let's just make it a thing already now. I don't want to see her fall in love with no weirdos no more. You gotta fall in love with everybody but Wolverine and T'Challa at this point. Like,
hey, we've all fallen in love with the weirdo before. So y'all, like, she's just going through.
Who's we? Who's we?
Hey, what we
Not
doing? Like,
I set the cat. Like,
you beat the odds because there's some weird motherfuckers out here.
Listen, we've all fallen in love with the weirdo, honey.
But
it
I
didn't
feel
seem
like
that weird at the time. Then afterwards, you're like, damn, what the heck?
It's kind of like that question I asked last night, Jazz. Like, what if you was with somebody and you found it? When did you realize they weren't the one? Like, do you continue with this person or no? Like,
that question was toxic as hell.
That's a great question.
Let me ask great and toxic, Jason.
Let me ask y'all. Right?
okay.
So say you're in a relationship. Y'all 6 months down the road, and now you come to realization that this person isn't the one. Like, at what point do you let them know it's not them? Like,
make it when they say bye bye, say bye bye, say bye bye to her. It's because I break up with her, I start resenting her and start cheating. Like, it's just it. So it's like, it's just it.
Like,
that's what happens. I'll be so for real. Like, if I don't go ahead and just do it right now, I'm gonna just start resenting you and I'm gonna end up cheating. That happens every single time. I don't cheat, but I start thinking about it. I start thinking about it for real.
Oh, hell no. Hold on, let me go back over here. What you can go ahead and speak, or if you think you can say something.
That's on y'all now.
nah.
All right, so episode 1, when we first get not introduced to Jean, but she was trying to read Gyric's mind so they could figure out, where the Sentinels were. She had this situation where it kind of had like a final destination moment, where she kind of seen everything that was about to happen, the deaths, and I feel like that was the same exact thing that Xavier picked up for some reason when he was with the Shi'ar. Where were they at? Oh,
when
he
was showed up.
Yeah.
Yes. When he's saying, like, I was curious as to, was there like a psychic link that brought that in, or how was he able to see what was going on Earth? Like, he didn't see nothing happening, but he's seeing everything post death. And he was like, "Oh shit, I got to get back to my X-Men." Nigga just fell out.
You know what it was? It was post nut clarity.
No, you see the. Wait,
he was
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Give me that.
And he was like in a different universe, so it took some time. And I think because didn't he brought all of them into like a pocket dimension? So I think
astral plane.
Right. So I think that's probably when he was in that space, when the connection was able to be made. Since he didn't see anything like prior to that. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like when his mom was in that state, then he was able to get that connection and just see Gambit dead. He was like, they was dancing and partying and sexing, and now they all dead. Who was sexing, Charles? Who did you see sexing?
It went from that one weird scene in X-Men Reloaded to the finale of X-Men Revolutions.
Bruh.
Like, you know the weird party scene I'm talking about, where that weird, it's like a rave. It's like a muddy rave, and then you see an uncomfortably long sex scene between, like, what is her name? Neo and Trinity? Yeah, that one.
So you talking about in Matrix?
Yeah, Matrix. It goes from Matrix Reloaded to Matrix Revolution, where they all just start getting killed in Zion.
Man, look, that shit kind of wild. What was your favorite action scene? I'm gonna start with you. Your favorite action sequence? Let me say.
Favorite action sequence? Ah, crap, man. There's a lot of good. I'm not gonna lie. When when the Prime Sentinels first came out and they started hunting everybody down, that was hard because I think that was. I want to say that was probably the perfect way to have that reveal. I thought that was hard. Next might be the Wild Sentinels, which I forgot the Wild Sentinels were a thing. I forgot that was a thing until that episode came on. I was like, shit.
The Sentinels when they revealed that they were just in regular motherfuckers just around the world that attacking them, that made me think of when Hydra infiltrated Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's what they felt like that, because that was like a shift for Marvel, period. Whenever they did that, like everything changed once that happened. Oh shit. Oh, that was my camera. I was looking at that. Kori, what about you? What was your favorite?
Okay, so I'm gonna use one that's not with Storm, even have like the best one for her. But honestly, I want to say the finale, like the final battle when everybody came out. Like it was like you saw Captain America was there, like everybody was there, like Spider-Man. Like I was just like, oh shit, what's happening? Like it was the excitement of it all, that battle, everybody preparing themselves. And I forget his name. He was in the glass.
T'Chaka.
No. He was in the glass and metal. Let me look it up right now.
It wasn't Black Panther?
No, it wasn't Black Panther. No, he was in the TV screen. No, it was at the end. He was like, I'm gonna find it now. But I just said everything is piecing together. They're all fighting. It is like they're getting ready for it. It was at the end. Look, I'm about to look it up. Come back to me, y'all.
I got to see. They had a lot of little
Omega?
cameos.
No, it wasn't. It was
Omega Red.
I think it was Omega Red.
Oh, Omega Red. Oh, because he was in the capsule. Well, he was like in that capsule as soon as Magneto.
It was Omega Red.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite. Him and Wolverine was, man. He said I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop him. I only could slow him down.
When I saw him, I said, y'all need to get y'all shit turned back on, because that ain't who y'all want out. Dude is crazy.
My mouth was like, he's coming. Oh my god, this is a real battle. Like it's about to be or 5, whatever they're on now. Like this is like the best ever. Like this is fire. Like I couldn't wait. I hope they all come back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna bring up the whole Madeline scene again, but I will say when Storm was going against that evil bird of her fighting her own demons, I thought that was crazy, because what I forgot what the name of that creature was, but that creature was dropping some bars for real, because she was just like, what was one of the quotes? It was just like, don't bite the hand that feeds you, or the hand that you kiss is the one that's hitting you in the face or some shit. I'm like, how you giving me bars for real? You bit my dude and he's dying, and you got me in a little casket, and you know I'm claustrophobic. So I'm like, bitch, what is happening?
Can we revisit the line from Madeline Pryor? Please. We went past that a bit too fast. That is insane. What you said. Say my name, Scott. Oh my god.
And he couldn't even say nothing. He's like, yes, I thought, while your son is floating in the air behind her.
My nigga was distraught, boy. My
Scott,
nigga.
I ain't like. What, go
Hey
ahead, Jax.
man, I felt.
let me ask y'all this. Like the first 3 episodes of Scott, I understand you upset that Professor gave everything to Magneto, that you've been fucking a clone this whole time and got a kid. You just gonna leave your son for real? Actually, you're gonna sit up here and say, I don't want to abandon my son because I was abandoned, and then be like, actually, I can't be a part of this. And then you abandon your son
You
30
got to.
seconds later.
And
You got, I mean,
What?
you have
Hey.
to. You have to do that though.
And he
But
linked up with them
Jason-
at the end. He linked up with them at the end. You know what I mean?
What I mean, if he, I mean, he did what was
No.
best.
No. Mm.
But no, Madeline did what was best. Scott was
Yeah.
like, can we figure out something else? No, your baby gonna die in 6.5
Yeah.
minutes. So we need to
Yeah.
send him to the
Uh-huh.
future. And you just
Yeah.
he crying. He got electronic shit all in his face. And you like, does nobody know how it feels to be abandoned? Your son about to find out because you about to walk out the door.
But
That's not a
Scott
thing.
always, I'm sorry, Scott always been a bitch. I said it.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
No.
Yo,
He was.
yo,
He was.
out of
No,
pocket.
He was.
Like, how are you a leader? And you, I need you to be a leader. That's
That
why
nigga
Storm
bitching.
is like a leader because I need you to be a leader at this moment. And if I need you to think, yes, that's your son, and I don't have kids, so you know what I mean. Like, Jason, maybe you can talk about plan. Like, I don't, but if you have to do what's best and you care so much about the X-Men, whatever, I need you to do what's best. Like Madeline took the reins like a woman and she said, no, we're doing this. We're sending him. He was just like, ooh,
I don't
no,
know.
like,
I
no.
think the moment that time travel is like shown to tangibly exist in my face, I stop giving a fuck about whatever happens. I'm like, hey, call Bishop. That's what we got a folder of a plan. It's like, hey, his name is plans. This one's called Call Bishop. Like, it's just,
I mean, it sounds good until niggas start dying like Gambit. So then time travel don't even matter no more.
You
Like,
feel me?
so I mean, so you know what I'm saying? And somebody just dropped. Scott Summers was showing mad Drake energy when it
He
comes
was.
to his son.
he was.
He was.
No, who said that? Who said
Somebody said
that?
that. Somebody said that on Instagram.
Yeah, that
It
was on
was.
Instagram. One of
Oh,
our guys
man.
named Ant. But man, nah, man, I don't.
Yeah.
I couldn't fault him for that. Like I understood in their situation, and they say the disease that he has because of his powers, just like Wolverine, it keeps him together. So
Yeah.
like he can't really tap into what he really has because they say
How
with
strong
that-
he is Nathaniel Gray is the version of him that does not have that bullshit disease. Cable is still a very sound and powerful telekinetic while using his abilities to hold that virus back. Cable's not sweet at all.
nah, yeah, that was dope. They say he don't really use his psychic or telepathic abilities too much, but he can tap into them. He definitely got them.
I have a question for y'all. All right. So Jean is saying Scott cope with his son being gone, his wife being gone, Madeline bounced. Do you think like when Cable popped back up and Jean is remembering all these memories, like how would y'all feel if y'all had the memories of your clone who married your spouse and they had a whole life and shit? Like I can see why Jean probably would have slid it to Logan, even though she wasn't about that life to get with Logan. Yeah, I said it.
She thought about it. She actually thought about it this time. She dead ass wanted. She wanted to fuck that nigga this time.
Because Logan was like, Jean, come on, Jean. Think about us, Jean. She was like, is that how you feel? And then here go fucking Scott over here with Madeline getting his ass beaten. She's just like, oh, I gotta go save him. She put her hair in a ponytail. Mm-hmm. Why I do not know, because when she astral projected or whatever, her hair was down. But I get it.
That was that was the astral version of her, not the real.
But your body didn't leave. Why are you putting it in a ponytail, Jason?
Because she was gonna get to business. That's how most, from what I've seen or heard in life, they put it in a ponytail when they get to work.
Bro, go away. Go away. Go away. Go away.
That work though.
You're so sick.
Her body was not even there for that work.
But she want to make sure her hair not in the way when she
you are
what she
sick,
gotta do.
Bro.
He is.
You're sick. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He a fan. He a fan. He a fan.
Freaky frog.
Need to stay the ass inside, boy.
Yep.
Oh, that's a freaky ass nigga right there.
But when Storm did get her powers in that black suit, I do appreciate them, allowing, because that music when it starts to beep up when she gets her power, like, oh shit, sound like Halloween, like Michael Myers would have come out this tunnel or something. She took her look. Don't be hating. Don't be hating. When she took her little first flight outside the universe, it looked like I was like, ooh shit, she finna get turned up now, but they definitely kind of nerfed it. Yeah, they. I was like, bro, they let her take a good flight. They let her do a good flight. They let her whoop some ass in the first, and let her get shot. There was 3 big moments of this series.
She got home. Forge was like, "So we about to fuck? Are we going on vacation,
Bruh? Like,
come
come on
the news, Bob Killer. Why we got the TV on?" But I did think it was crazy because in the news report, it said that after the Genosha was all of the deaths. It said that countries weren't allowing mutants to go back to their home countries. Can you imagine surviving a full-on genocide and you can't even leave that place because the countries is like, nah, we good. Yeah. Magneto was right. Fuck all of them for real.
So you said, his thought process is right. The shit that he does is wrong. You know what I mean?
There it is. Exactly. He hit something. That's a good point. Mm-hmm.
Again, I wish Magneto would come to my black ass face and tell me about the hardships that him and his people have gone through. I wish he would look me in the eyes.
He gonna send you that Spider-Man meme, the one where y'all pointing at each other.
I wish he would look me in the eyes trying to tell me some shit, man. Like I just be looking at him like,
man, this nigga.
I ain't gonna read it.
I'm not reading the second. I'm not reading the second. I'm reading the first one though. I'm reading the first comment. Fuck that.
Please read both.
I can't read the second one. But the first one is Madeline in the astro plane using the astro glide.
What does the second one say?
Look, we got responsibilities, man.
I need to know what the second one says.
We'll inform you after.
Oh my god.
We'll tell you on the side.
Oh my god, bro.
Drop it in the chat. Do something. I need to hear this.
I need to know what it
is. Oh shit. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me go back here. But of course, like I said, this season we get the Prime Sentinels. So they basically turn in regular motherfuckers into robots.
Like the extremists.
Like there was no consent, just changing motherfucking whole DNA life. Like just imagine waking up, you just don't know anything, you just a whole new person.
It's like
and you look up, you fighting some burly nigga that can like jump everywhere.
But shit, you can fly. You flying and shooting shit out your arms and hands and shit. I mean, we all weird now at this point.
There's a list of things I would do, and fighting mutants is not one of them. Wait, that was my life.
Okay, cool. I love that question. So I'm gonna start with you, Ivy. If you woke up as a mutant, what would you do? And what would the power be? You only get one. You're not fit to be a motherfucking person that with 8, 9 different mutant powers like Emma Frost.
How are you under all that rubber with your lipstick on?
Hey man, that shit never fucked up. She and that bitch, she's super good.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm taking whatever Domino's telepathy version of telepathy is, where you accidentally or unknowingly make odds swing into your favor. Oh my god, I'm gonna be the biggest terrorist in my region. You gonna see my picture on every news station just doing shit.
No,
like he's just doing shit. Like, he's running through like 8 lanes of traffic. Like he's just doing crazy shit.
I'm
robbing banks. I'm doing everything.
They're gonna shoot that nigga real quick. I'm like, yeah, get him out of here, because you're gonna have somebody just sitting on top of it.
I can use telepathy to change my perceived luck. I'm going. Oh my god, that's about to be so fun.
Oh shit, you said domino power?
Yeah, domino's power.
Okay,
I can change my perception of luck.
Okay, I like that one.
I'm doing everything. I will be known in the state of Texas.
Corey over there thinking. I'm gonna come to you after Jazz. What about you? What power would you have, and what would you do if you were a mutant?
I was gonna say Jean's power, telepathy.
You look in your partner's mind.
I am.
See, we don't need no women with the power of telepathy.
Oh my God, whoever I'm dating could do that. Oh, they would be heartbroken in the heart.
You wouldn't know
Yeah,
because we
shit.
keep it hidden.
Exactly.
They would be
Why would I tell you?
heartbroken.
Why we
Why
break
would I
up?
tell you?
If it came out that mutants were real, I'm definitely going to give me a Magneto helmet.
Oh,
Like,
for
that's
sure, for sure.
that's
for
the
sure.
first thing I'm
Yo,
purchasing.
for
where
sure.
you going to get that from, Jason?
I ain't
If you
gonna lie.
if you got mutant powers, they got their helmet somewhere.
I'm not gonna lie though, the sex would probably be amazing, but outside of that, is a headache. I don't need you inside my head for real like that.
Oh, that'd be kind of crazy.
But
You
how
feel
would
me?
you know?
But
Like I could be walking around like.
Yeah, because she's able to control people too.
Gonna wear that. Actually, let me get a do-rag version of it. Just keep that bitch on my head.
Niggas out here
Keep that bitch on my head.
crazy.
It's like right here.
A do-rag Magneto helmet would be
I'm
dope.
gonna get one that's a
Look,
kufi.
That's
I would
like
get one that's a kufi for real.
that's
Just put that
X-Men if it was on Tubi. Like the fuck?
Nah, give me the kufi, the one that the 5%ers be wearing.
So what about you, Corey? What power are you getting?
I love the telepathy, but she already said it. But I really do love like controlling like Mother Nature and the elements and stuff like that. I think that would be cool. And flying, because I love the travel, so I'd be flying everywhere, controlling the weather. Like that'd be awesome. Like, I think even though it's something small, that's not big, but listen, the things you do with that.
I don't like how you said that. I don't like the little I don't even like the little satisfaction. The little satisfaction you giving them this.
You
Like,
fly everywhere. You could control the weather. You could like just by controlling the weather, she killed all these sentinels and fuck shit up. Like it was just amazing.
I got one, but this is one that I made up myself.
what you make up?
I got one that I made up because I'm writing a comic book, and this is somebody's power in it, and I'm like, this would definitely be mine for real. If I'm not being a terrorist with Domino's power, it is being able to use death to jump into different versions of my own body in different timelines through near-death experiences.
It's a movie like that, right?
I have no idea.
So is it your?
Yep. So I would die in this timeline, but then I jump into somebody else's body in a different timeline. That would be the hardest shit in the world to me.
Are you able to decide whose body you jump in?
I jump into my own body in different timelines.
Because
that would be the hardest shit to me. Hey, don't overthink it.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna say what movie it reminds me of. It reminds me of Denzel Washington's Fallen, when the presidents jumped from different bodies.
I'm not gonna lie.
Touch, and he did it through when they died.
I ain't seen that.
It's fine. But
I recently watched it. Real good though. I think you would appreciate that though, Ivy. I think you should peep that.
I will one day when I
That's
stop being
creative.
anti-Denzel.
I was trying to decide if I wanted bishop power, but I don't think that would be a good real world power to have.
You about to go like fight some like
exactly. Exactly. It would be a good power.
I would take Bishop Scar. That Scar's hard.
Yeah, what would you do with Bishop?
Jason won that shit so he could be a vigilante like fucking Batman, except he's gonna be like, ha, got powers, Bruce.
You want to be Batman?
I mean, not really. That's my favorite hero though.
Hey, wait, speaking of Batman, can I just go off the rails just real quick? If any of you guys have free time, I beg you guys to look up clips from the movie Straight Outta Compton and any Dr. Dre scene and look at the comments. I've seen niggas say what they didn't show you the scene is that Dr. Dre, he sped off and put on the bat suit to come and start fighting crime.
What?
Because that movie's known as like nothing but Dr. Dre propaganda.
Oh.
And he got no flaws. He's a perfect. He's beating up Bloods. He's punking Suge Knight. That's a damn nigga put on the bat suit after this. That's a side tangent.
So if not Bishop, I'm definitely going with Nightcrawler. Because I would like to teleport into different places. I really like that.
Smell like ass.
What?
And Papa smell like ass. It smells like sulfur when he pops back up. I'm like, damn, nigga, clear the room out. God.
Shit, they don't ever be moving like this. It's a problem.
That's the equivalent of a nigga farting and running away.
You know what?
That's what he be doing. Nigga ripped the meanest part.
Jason, he is killing your superpower.
Hey man, it is. I can. Why do I have to have a side effect with mine? I ain't getting about no side effect with Thor.
I'm just saying that's what happened. That's what he be doing. I would hate being his roommate. Oh God.
So
Nah.
who was your favorite cameo of the show?
I know who my least favorite one was.
Who was that?
Bitch ass nigga T'Chaka.
You gotta let
Bitch ass nigga T'Chaka, man.
you gotta let that Black Panther hate go, man. It's okay.
Man.
He gonna come when it's time to come.
I'm telling you, man. If I have a third grader by the time he comes back, I am not giving this shit no more. I'm boycotting the way I did Absol's album.
Wow.
I am boycotting that nigga. I'm done.
So what was your
mine was Iron Man. I thought it was. I actually thought it was dope seeing a lot of the Avengers in that last episode. Excuse me.
They in the first episode they mentioned Spider-Man.
I think Spider-Man popped up.
Yeah, he did. They there was a Daily Bugle paper in that first episode, and they were like, "Is Spider-Man a mutant?" I didn't catch into my rewatch. I paused it as the kind of like, "What the fuck they say?" I'm like, "Oh shit, that's kind of dope." Corey, what about you? What was your favorite cameo?
I'm gonna say it again. You see, I can't say her name. Cyclops. Sorry.
Psylocke.
Psylocke. I can never say her name, but I love it. Only because from the movies and what she did and the apocalypse and everything, and then you saw her standing. I said, "She's coming. Like this bitch is about to she's about to fuck some shit up," and it hyped me up even more. It's not just a badass females who fuck shit up. Like it's great to see that. It's great to be like they could go up against anything. So her standing there was like, get ready. Like the Avengers stuff was awesome because it's looping everything in and it was all separated. Even when they did the little and I got it afterwards when he said, "Oh, what did you expect us in our uniforms to be black?" I forget what he said, or yellow.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was funny as fuck.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
What'd you expect, black leather? I'm like, haha.
Yes, there it is. I was like, what did he say? Yeah, like all that was amazing, how they intertwined everything and just seeing all the things from the movies, the comics too probably, but I didn't watch the comics, so what but everything is just like, it's great. And I love seeing her. So I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I thought it was dope when they were talking to Cable and he was basically saying he tried to change the Genosha
event
genocide so many times, but it was actually a what is that shit called? It is a canon event, yes. And of course we learned that with Doctor Strange and What If, when he was trying to change that event, trying to save Christine. It's just like, you can't. So I thought that was really dope. But Cable was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fuck up dude because he killed my mama."
What was your favorite cameo, Jazz? Was it that?
Mine was, I said,
you said Iron Man,
and then I'll throw in Lady. Shit, I just had her name. Deathstroke. Lady Deathstroke.
Oh, she another one.
Deathstrike.
Yeah. Which one is she?
She was with a long claws. She's kind of similar. She was Wolverine's Bay in the series.
Okay.
Angry Bay.
Okay. I like, who is that? So when I watched that New Mutants movie, whatever character that Anya Taylor-Joy plays,
the cat,
Morph turned into her at one point, and then he kind of speak like he had this Russian accent, like whatever that character was when he turned into her, that was one of them. And I like that because she kind of like Psylocke, but she can pull powers or pull whatever it is from another dimension, and then she can take you there as well and fight. So that was dope. They brought that into the show. What would you say, Corey? You were saying something? I mean, sorry to cut you off.
You look at talking. I was like, my bad. But not gonna lie, Morph ended up being the one that morphed into everybody, used all their powers, and was I really thought he was gonna be a mineral, but his ass was just morphing into everything, doing everything. He impressed me at the end. I said, "Oh damn, so this guy."
Yeah, nah, Morph was killing it. I want what I was expecting though, because what's her name? What's the blue lady name? Mystique. She's not dead, right? I know she disappeared in the original series, but she's not dead.
Not dead in this one.
Yeah, I don't think she's dead.
She's not dead. At least
because I'm curious what happened to her. They just didn't think about bringing her back or nothing. I was shocked.
Honestly,
she'll be back. Please.
I was thinking that old girl that that he was talking to when he was in that weird BDSM pose with his draws. I was like, that
I
might
did
be
too.
Mystique.
I thought that was her
Might
too.
be Mystique.
Why was he naked for real?
Yes. Wait, I thought it was Mystique too. I did. Like,
I was disgusted seeing that scene. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I think they did a really
He might
good
as well
job with
have
his
the ball. He might as
body.
well have the ball gag in his mouth at that point. Like he
I
was
mean,
on like
yeah.
you were in somebody's sex dungeon. Like you were not in prison. What is?
I mean, that scene, I was just like, okay, Rogue, I get it, but
not Rogue. I get it.
why?
That's how she.
And because I'm a Gambit, I was hating real hard too.
girl.
I was
Like,
like, fuck this nigga for
This
real.
nigga, I
bro.
look at this sex ass nigga, man.
Why
Get this
he's like,
nigga out
I
of
get
here.
it, Rogue, but damn it.
I'm like, damn, nigga, say something for the rest of us. Like, God damn. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. Go ahead.
Save some for me, bro.
Say something for the rest of us. I'm trying out here too.
why?
I already got to compete against regular niggas. I don't want to compete against those swole ass 70-year-old mutants with long, luxurious hair.
Bro, I'm saying
Magnus
I'm saying Magnus and Xavier, these niggas 70, 80 years old. They look very well.
Oh, my nigga Diesel as hell, bro. Oh my god. Probably when he need to fight nobody, put niggas in a headlock. Hey.
So one person we haven't spoke about at all is, I think he was the MVP of the series, in my opinion. Bastion. Bastion had one of the best plans, and he's been working behind the scenes from the original show. And we see you see everything come to fruition for him. And did y'all think it was crazy that they tried to save him at the end after all the shit that he was doing? Like, they went from like literally trying to kill this nigga to like, bro, come on, you can be with us. Come on, you could be an X-Man. What's good?
I'm tired of them inviting people. I'm tired of them. They hitting the Fast and Furious franchise.
I mean, people enjoyed Rogue trying to kill Trask, and I told Jazz that wasn't a good plan because there was more information that could have been received or gotten from that.
They didn't get no information from his robot ass after she dropped him.
Well, Jazz, after she dropped him, he was dead. What information was she gonna get?
My nigga, Jason, he had to die. He didn't know anything else. He didn't know that Barry was even involved in that. He thought it was all Sinister. They got their information from Cable.
That show did kill that nigga,
fuck
didn't they?
him. I was glad that she dropped him.
So, Jazz, you kind of contradicting yourself just based on your conversation, because previously you said you would forgive Forge for fucking you up unintentionally, but Trash gotta die.
So Forge accidentally created something that got rid of my feet, which he's gonna help me get my feet back. You telling me Trask, who killed my whole nigga, who's gone?
Trask didn't do it.
But
I'm just saying.
Truthfully, he wouldn't have been on that suicide mission if she wasn't running around with Magneto either. So it's just like he was in crash out mode. I get it.
Was involved? Do you not think Trash was involved in what happened on Genosha?
Oh, he for sure was.
So there you go. That's the first motherfucker who crossed my path as to why my man is gone. So you out of here. Then I'm catching the next person.
That ain't even your man. We got you on video dancing with the old man.
He wouldn't have done that if you was not rolling around with that other nigga, hugging him, dancing him, kissing him. Oh my god!
Everybody makes mistakes.
I'm throwing up thinking about it, bro. Like,
everybody makes mistakes, and she says, "You know what? That dance was cool, but I gotta go back to my Remy."
Everybody makes mistakes. Jazz, the IG comments have said, "Don't look for logic from Jazz if she's in love."
First off, look, you mean to tell me happy motherfuckers you don't logic for sure when you in love? Go ahead and lie.
I'll be delusional like a.
You said what?
He said he'd be delusional.
Exactly.
I'm like a
I'm just
motherfucker.
sitting here like, what the fuck is Jason talking about?
But I'm not gonna do nothing crazy like that. So
I'm reading
I'm
the
like,
comments.
you know what? I'm like, you know what? Fine, 6 foot like queen. You're wonderful. But let me get back to my old girl. She's been holding me down. I would look like a terrible person. I would look like a terrible person if I said that. Like, if I move like that, there's gonna be a sign on my picture on it that says Ivy ain't shit. And it's been have like 15,000 retweets on it. They're gonna be cooking me in the quotes and the comments, all that. Nah. And then I'm the reason.
So you saying Rogue was wrong for dropping Trask?
I'm not saying she's wrong for dropping Trask. I'm saying she has a little bit too much vindication. Like she has a little bit too much vindication when when essentially Remy was on a suicide mission. He didn't have to do that. Like he didn't have to do it the way he did it. I'm like, there's another way he could do this. He did say, hey, I'm going out and blaze the glory because my girl don't love me no more. He drove 95 miles an hour.
Exactly what he did.
He drove 95 miles an hour on a service road, like with the lights off. Like that's what he did.
Yo,
He's crashing out.
Her man.
He's crashing out. I feel him, bro.
Too late.
You waited till my hands was cold to try to feel me. Like, no, it ain't love no more. I'm gonna go kick
Too little, too late with her. You chose who you wanted, and now he dead, and now you want to seek vengeance.
Now she want to start crying.
Let's really.
Now she want to start crying.
Let's really discuss it. Rogue is the villain of this show. Like Rogue is a villain even from the beginning. Rogue power is not even hers. She stole them shits from Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is still in the coma. Nobody even knows what she is. People don't even know who that woman is, and she don't even visit her no more. People forgot about that.
Through it.
Jason, you could say Rogue is probably one of the villains, but do not say Rogue is the number one villain out this season.
She for sure. I said the series. We're not even talking about this season. Period. She got Remy killed. She done took Captain Marvel powers. I don't really fuck Captain America, but she. How did y'all feel about
petty,
that?
But I loved it.
How did y'all feel about that Captain America scene, Corey? I'm gonna start with you. How she, kind of got mad at him not siding with her to go bust heads.
Her as a whole though, after Mabu Gambit died, was just, bitch, what are you doing? Like this is your fault. He's because of you. Like that's how I feel. Like I really he is dead because of you, because he said fuck it, she doesn't money. It was a suicide mission. That's how I feel about it. Like literally, he's like whatever, and he died. But I think he honestly in his heart was doing it for her too. Like he was in love with her. Like that was his love. And
I'm telling you, he was a soldier on the battlefield who just got the letter from his girl he ain't seen in 3 years, talking about she's leaving him for another man. Like that's what happened. And he just went out there and he said, fuck it. He did the equivalent of what J. Cole did in that beef. Came out and said, hey, it's me first. He said, I'm running out and doing this shit. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, so her going, because her going to Captain America's like, what the fuck for? Like, what are we doing? Yeah, it was cool. She grabbed the shit and threw it across and like a rag doll. Like, that was cool. But no, honey, too little, too late. Like, there's no great. I love the other side of me is like, I love this. Captain America, he's here. Awesome, great. She, again, another woman empowered doing what she needs to do. But no, honey, you fucked up already. Like, and that's why you were in that bed, like dead or comatose, whatever she was.
I'm God. If I was Gambit's best friend and I lived in a house with them, I'm taking every moment to shit on Road for the rest of my life. She gonna eventually take off that glove. Like that's how much I'm gonna be on her head for real. She gonna take off that glove and stuff. It's like she gonna do me the same way Professor X did Magneto. She's like, I'm sick of this nigga.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, at least Rogue has one fan on this episode.
I was just disappointed because I was disappointed, yo. I just couldn't rock with her no more. I love Rogue. I love all the versions of Rogue, especially Anna Paquin.
I don't know, man. That wouldn't, I was always, I guess, because my knowledge came after of the actual, because I was like, damn, why she don't fly on the TV show? Like, I mean, not the TV show, but the movies. Like, why she not flying? Why she not doing shit like the cool shit like she doing the cartoon? I'm watching the cartoon recently. It was my first time from beginning to end. I'm like, oh shit, this bitch been stealing powers. Like she's the devil on the low.
Yeah,
she's a sucky.
I also think in the movie she was young. She had just got her powers, so I don't
think they never developed her to that point to where she
could. So I don't think
powers.
But she could fly like pretty much anything else except when she was younger.
So who are y'all missing from this series that y'all would have loved to see? Jazz, I'm gonna start with you.
I'm gonna say Mystique.
Corey, who you got?
Facts. No, I'm on Mystique. She was, but I feel like she's gonna come season 2. Like I do feel like she's been hiding this whole time for a reason. She's gonna come in. I do think Mystique and Magneto had that thing going on.
Yeah.
And she's gonna come and avenge him, and it's gonna be this big old like thing. And she was that triangle between Magneto, Professor, and her. It's gonna season 2 is gonna be a lot with her. I hope. And her children too. So that's gonna be a whole.
She was crazy to say that like Nightcrawler was too blue for her.
Yeah,
Bitch, like, you was blue.
But she can live as somebody else. She don't have to be blue.
But he got his blueness from her.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh, so you cool with that? But Rogue is a villain. Bet. Okay.
We know Mystique a villain. Mystique threw that nigga in the river. Like she gave him a.
She had just saw Prince of Egypt.
She did my nigga the Prince of Egypt.
That's what I was finna say. She gave him to Moses. Just let him down the river. Just let somebody figure out who got him.
Stop.
That's what happened. That's what happened.
Put him in that basket. Ivy, who's your character?
That I want to see more of,
or that you wanted to see from that wasn't in this season.
That you would like to see.
He's not
gonna let that die.
I'm never letting this go. No, I'm telling you, if you heard the thoughts that went through my mind, I would have been put on somebody's most wanted list, bro. Like I was heated that night. I was so fucking heated that night. Oh my god. But no, I don't have anybody I really want to see. Mystique, I'm telling you, Mystique is that girl. Mystique is that girl. I know for a fact that's her.
If it turns out to be her, that'll be kind of wild.
I just heard the way she was talking to that nigga. Like I'm like, this sounds like Mystique.
Yeah,
like, who are you to be talking to me like this? You talking like you know me for real. Who are you?
But for her to turn it, that would be kind of crazy. Because I mean, I can see her turning against Magneto. I mean, that wouldn't be too.
Yeah, he sucks. I can see anybody turning against Magneto. That is a terrible nigga. Like he sucks so much. Don't let the G string expand that.
Hold on, you think that's turning me on? No.
Don't let that fool
I can see how anybody could be fooled.
Don't let that fool you.
Jazz,
they see him strung up. They say, he might be the good guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get your eyes together, man. It ain't that.
The artist did a great job.
Whoever was doing that was horny. They was horny.
Wait, but there were other symbols of that too. I don't know if you guys read about it like as much as I did, but they were saying on Twitter that when Wolverine was lying in that bed or whatever, it was more. Yeah, that they were like he turned into Jean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and I wish I was trying to invite one of my friends, see if he would come through for it, but he just never really got back to me, responded. He's gay, so he was able to like give me like a little bit more input and stuff on certain X-Men, and like analogies. They're saying, yeah, Morph can be interpreted as being trans and also being in love with Wolverine.
Okay.
Like that's an actual interpretation. I would love to have somebody else come through and explain it better than me. But yeah. that's a real thing. That's a legit real thing.
I definitely heard that as well, because when Rogue was going with Magneto, she was reading all of them.
Yeah.
Storm was like, honey, family, you just got back. I'm sick of dying. Jean, you done died 4 times. Morph was she had called Morph them. And so I was just like, Rogue, why are you killing him? But she didn't lie. But I know y'all don't fuck with Rogue.
Nobody said we don't fuck with Rogue.
Hey, it's just Team
anybody
Gambit,
on the rewatch.
I'm just upset with her right now.
Right now.
it's Team Gambit, so it's fuck her for real. And I was trying to do the cutest little like costume for Halloween and shit. Like, hey, we could be Gambit and Rogue. Nope, that's dead.
Damn.
That's dead.
So would you be like a dead Gambit?
I don't know. I ain't doing that shit no more. Hell no. I ain't doing that shit no more. Mad as hell. It don't hit the same. I was about to rock the Remy crop top. I ain't doing that shit. That crop top was hard. I ain't gonna care. Like, he got that shit on. I'm like, my nigga got that shit on for real. My man's got that shit on.
I'm glad you decided against that. I'm glad you decided against that, my brother.
Better put the crappie on in October. Then this bitch looking crazy. What a ponytail.
Yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say yeah, but Bo he also as Ant put out there, he did say that that was him confessing his love for Wolverine. As Jean though, he couldn't do it as himself. He had to do it as Jean. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that would work. I mean, you know, you can pretty much do anything with it. I don't know if they'll follow that storyline at all. But
a bitch ass nigga who's in love with a bitch ass nigga who's also in love with somebody else's wife. I don't like Morph. Morph got on my nerves this season. I'm like, somebody punch him. I'm like, he walking in the room, he think he funny. He walking in the room, this nigga got a joke to tell.
He had a couple good punchline jokes.
That nigga walked in. Oh my god, hell no. Nah. He walk in like, I'm like, he walked in just like, oh, this nigga here. It'd be like 7 a.m. He doing that shit. they be drinking coffee. And he walk in being a bitch ass nigga. So
you don't like that there, bub?
Wait, oh my god, he would have got knocked out. Whatever what he did to Gambit, bro. Oh my god, that's a lot of sessions.
Rogan,
hey, yeah, he was on some bullshit. Hey, look, he was just he was looking at him in his eyes and pressing the button like, bro.
I'm not Logan. You can't talk to me like that. Like, no, that's not happening. You can talk to him like that.
Yeah. Trying to find.
You can't talk to me like that.
I knew something was up with Morph in the first episode when he turned into Sabretooth to get Logan out the tree. I said,
yeah.
So y'all just be so y'all be role playing for real. Well, they might be role playing. I get that.
No, they just got prison love. That's all that is.
Yeah.
And one is more attached than the other. No, this is all that is.
I was trying to find the tweet, but now I can't find it. I'm gonna find it later and be pissed as hell that talks about that. Like, I know I'm pissed as hell. Like, you guys hear the tweet that talks about all that? And I said, and it was like a real conversation with all that. They said that's what he was. Everything you guys are saying, it was that tweet.
I can see it though.
They were thinking the transgender thing, everything, him having to be Gene because he can't be himself around him. It's the whole like hiding in the closet type stuff. Like,
I thought they were gonna do that with Roberto character at first. At first, I thought they were doing that with Roberto with Roberto's character. A lot of those things are what I felt like it was.
It technically did do with Roberto's character, didn't it? In a technical sense, yeah, I would say so. The whole he didn't want to show his powers. He was like ashamed. Like my mom is a senator. What would she think of me? What would everybody else think of me? I could embarrass her if I told them who I really was. I'm like, Jesus, just say it. I'm like, damn. I hate when things dodge around the clear, oblivious, clear metaphor that you do it, or you're trying not to say what you want to say. I'm like, my God, say it. Like, I get it. Just say it.
Was there? I feel like somebody said like an MLK. Did somebody make a Martin Luther King reference? I feel like somebody.
It was. I think it was when Professor X was talking to his bae or somebody. He was quoting, and then somebody said an MLK quote. Yes.
Yeah, I
wouldn't be surprised.
I'm like, man, get this shit up out of here, bro.
Was it just me? Would I be the only one that would have had the urge to do this when they were having their psychic conversation in their minds? They're clearly like sleep. I had the urge. If I was there, I would have had the urge to slap the shit out of both of them. They destroyed the world. They were about to destroy the whole world. I wanted to, like for my movie Click, when he just kept going on, just going ham on him. I would have went ham. Like, bro, our homies died. Everything's gone. Like, man,
my house destroyed.
Like, X would even trying to come find out X would even sick for real. My boy man, out there to get married.
Hey, well, I'm assuming it was it his psychic powers that was messing with him or something.
They said they was treating him like he had cancer or something.
He was in a coma, and so they had to take him over where Sis was.
And he just never said, "Hey, I need to get back."
Yeah,
he's like, "I'm gonna here."
Really?
He's like, you know, they'll be fine with Magneto.
They'll be fine with Magneto.
Because that was the smart thing to do. Because
soon as Professor came back, here goes Scott. Why did you leave us with Magnus? All these people did.
Yeah, you worry about your little selfish ass.
Yeah, I was just like, this don't seem like the right
Selfish
time for
ass.
this.
If they did the equivalent of recognizing Joseph Kony and his followers as a legal country in the United Nations, that's what they did. Like, absolutely not.
That
I
was a
am not. I am
that was
not
a
giving Magneto anything.
that was a moment back in the day on
Only thing
Twitter.
only thing Magneto can get is his hands. That's all he can get.
What y'all think about the Phoenix? Phoenix coming back for
Yo,
two,
that blew my
2
mind.
seconds.
Shout
That
out
was
Phoenix.
everything.
Shout out Phoenix. That was
Yeah.
Man,
hard.
she
Shout out to
she
the
rewrote Sinister's whole DNA.
Yeah.
That was hard.
That was like.
And
He
here go
lost
Morph
all
being
his hoes.
here go Morph being
Gosh,
another
she's still in her.
and Morph being a bitch ass nigga again. He just had to be funny. He couldn't help himself.
I mean,
He
I
just-
get it though, because like Sinister was like doing experiments on him in the original series.
Yeah, I remember.
Like he
Yeah.
had more
Yeah.
shook.
He just couldn't help it. He just couldn't help but be funny.
But that's the person. I think that's what he's there for. He's like the slight one-liners, the comedic relief, whatever you want to call it. That was his job the whole series, and we all remembered him.
I remember him, but not for good things.
Oh,
This guy here, man.
I do not like Worf, man. It's him, Jubilee, Roberto. He doesn't even deserve to get called
Roberto
Sunspot.
was useless too. I don't know why they even gave him a storyline. Like, why is he there?
He doesn't deserve to be called Sunspot.
Yeah.
He's just Roberto. Actually, he's Robert. That's
They
who he is.
wanted to introduce some more people, and they needed somebody to side with Magneto in the end.
You can give
to
literally
fight the
anybody,
mutants.
anybody. Do Kamala Khan, anybody. I
That
would
nigga
rather
said Kamala Khan.
do anybody, bro. I swear to God,
Was he that bad?
bro. Nigga was terrible.
He was my least favorite out
Nigga
of
was
the
terrible.
whole series.
Bro was worse than Topher Grace as Venom. Like, this
Jesus.
nigga's terrible, man. You can hear the actor in the booth not even believing the lines he's saying. Like he's reading. You can hear him reading like he's confused. He's like, wait, what? Like he knows he sounds stupid reading them. Like,
I mean, he young, so I feel like it was supposed to be someone that's not really sure of themselves. So as it went on, he became more, because he said he'd been in a danger room practicing. I'm like, why the fuck Jules went in the room with you? Cause she out here just playing video games. She need to be in the booth too. I mean, or in the studio, or whatever the fuck it is. The danger room. She need to be in there practicing.
She got to control all the stuff.
Control what?
Control. What's she doing?
She got to make sure she in the program room, making sure everything is good.
She didn't know. She said she didn't even know he was in there.
she's also useless.
That's another one. Why give her storyline too? Stupid video game.
Oh yeah, she definitely. I mean, they had the weakest
You
storyline
did.
in my
You
opinion.
did 2 parts on that. Next, thank
Let's
you.
make them fall in love with each other if you're gonna do that.
I mean, they pushing it. They pushing their narrative now with them being in love. That's what I thought Roberto was gonna, because he was just power and money, and he willing to pay anybody to do whatever he wants. I'm like, bro, it don't work like that. Not in the real world. Which I appreciate them doing that too. Just that little small tidbit, like, bro, you can't pay your way out of everything. Cause we don't give a fuck about your money. We're trying to get you up out of here. We need you extinct. But yeah, man. And I guess it was just like shit. You really don't know what side to go on to, because shit, the humans got problems. Shit, the mutants got problems.
I'm going on the side of being black, where I mind my own business.
Man,
Where I'm just inconvenienced by everything that's happening.
see, but man, I think that was all the questions that I personally had. Jazz, did you have any more questions or things that you wanted to, or a topic that you wanted to bring up?
Nah, definitely covered all the stuff that I had.
What about you, Kori? Did you have anything you wanted to bring up or discuss or talk about?
No, I'm still gonna find that tweet though and send it to y'all because like I really have to find it.
Just drop it in the chat, and I'll be in there. I'll definitely go over it.
Don't forget that comment, bro. I need
to see that too.
When we end it, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna let you know. Did you have anything for the show or the movie? I'm not sure. The show. Why I keep saying movie?
Cable's final goodbyes to Gene and Scott was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was worth it. I'm like, this is the Scott and Gene I've been waiting to see all season.
Because he was a dick, and then finally he was like, "Oh shit!"
It's like they knew that Scott was like a cuck the entire movie series and franchise. They had to overcompensate. It just make him some super
Make him roll.
stoic, rude, tough guy. I'm like, no, be endearing.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope all his family comes. All the Summers come.
Bring in Havoc.
All
Havoc
the
is actually
Summers. Oh,
Havoc quietly was one of my
Yeah.
favorite. He was one of my favorite representations when I saw him in First Class. First Class might be my favorite X-Men movie.
huh.
Okay, that's a good question. Corey, did you watch the X-Men movies?
Oh yeah. Oh,
What was your favorite?
truthfully, it's the Apocalypse. I just loved all yes.
Apocalypse is an
Don't give it
underrated
away,
gem.
but I
No way,
loved
bro.
the Apocalypse, and granted, it didn't include everybody and all this stuff, but it was just see their powers and see. It had to be the Apocalypse.
What about you, Jazz?
I'm gonna say Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. I think Days of Future Past is my favorite as well. I recently went back and watched all of them. But like right after I finished the because I just wanted to know who they all were, because I wasn't familiar enough with them to be able to, like, I can speak to the main people: Scott, Jean, Wolverine, Xavier. I can speak to them, but like everybody else, I want to get better. So I do feel like the best Wolverine iteration comes from the Apocalypse movie, though, because that nigga, he was pissed off in that movie, and I feel like that's the version we finna get in the cartoon series.
Did y'all see what they was talking about? He looked like Ivan Ooze with that makeup on.
He did.
He looked just like Ivan Ooze with that makeup on. Nah, Age of Apocalypse pisses me off so much because they're doing the same thing that pissed me off in episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, where you have this nigga running around trying to loot some shit. It's like, damn, say it. Just say the shit. He wanted to say, hey, you're my dad, so badly. He did all of that. Hey, I think he's my dad. No, he is my dad. Hey, I have something to tell you. Never mind. It was nice fighting with you.
Oh, you talking about you talking about
Quicksilver and Magneto.
Yeah, he never told. I'm like, bro, I said, so he never told him he was his daddy.
And the Wolverine scene, that just made me back. I'm like, how many times we got to see this shit? How many times we got to see these niggas, see him in these movies? I'm like, bro, they got him in a 360. they kept bringing it back.
Every single one of them.
They kept bringing him back.
Are y'all looking forward to Deadpool and Wolverine?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
The Deadpool movies that aren't like the mainline X-Men movies, those are probably my favorite. I love them 1 and 2. Logan is tied with them, but Deadpool, I rewatch it more.
I think I didn't really care for Deadpool for some reason, but I really enjoyed Deadpool too.
Deadpool 2, truthfully, Deadpool 2 is my favorite out of both of them.
Yeah.
I think it was weirder. I think you got to use a little bit more with what you had. Clearly had a bigger budget. But Deadpool 1 did not have a big budget. It explains why it looked like that. Like, it felt like it was just nothing going on. It did not have a big budget at all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryan Reynolds. His tequila's gonna pop up somewhere in that movie.
Yeah, I'm thinking the movie gonna bust a Billy. It's gonna bust a Billy.
It is. I'm not gonna lie. I saw that trailer when he said you.
Well, we haven't seen it.
You think the scary? You haven't seen the trailer, the first one?
No, I haven't seen none of them. I'm trying to avoid everything about Deadpool. Out of sight.
Fair enough. I was gonna say he said this one line in it that pissed me off. You're gonna know exactly when you see the movie. You're gonna be like, that's the line that made Ivy bad.
I don't trust trailers.
you Jason, you know what line it is.
So I'm just like, I don't want to think about it.
Jason knows the line.
So good though. It's so good.
I'm one of those people. I don't watch trailers because I much rather have everything given to me. I did watch the teaser trailer though. I did watch that one.
That's the one that came on the Super Bowl. That's the only one I watched.
Yeah.
Trailers reveal too much. That's why I don't really watch them no more.
Mm-hmm.
They reveal too much. I'm just like, I'm good on it. So I think that's why.
The anal line.
Yeah. Bro, when I tell you, I was watching my phone. I just closed the app. I didn't finish the trailer at that moment. I said, bro.
But he said he's shocked they allowed them to do some of the shit that they were doing for this movie. So I can't wait to see it.
Disney noticed, like, hey, we need this to be a hit. We can't interfere with this shit.
Yeah.
They're like, we need this. We lost money on the Marvels. But the Marvels wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
It was but it wasn't that bad. I've seen worse.
The hate was crazy.
Also, quite frankly, I'm gonna say it too. Love and Thunder was not that bad either. It was fine.
I didn't hate the movie. A lot of people try to make it something that it wasn't. I feel like because they didn't want it to be so sad and Debbie Downer, and I think that the how they balanced it was that sucked, but I don't think the movie sucked personally.
Yeah, I'm like it did all the exact same things Ragnarok did. It just didn't do that good of a job like balancing it out or
and
doing
that's
the timing.
And that's also the problem. I think it's like this is my comparison, so you can ride with it if you want to, but it's kind of like Blueprint 1, Blueprint 2, or Carter 3, Carter 4. It's just like when you set the bar this high and then you try to do something similar or of the same name, just like,
I'll give you better. It's Men in Black 1 and Men in Black 2.
I can see that.
It's Men in Black 1 and Men in Black 2 for sure. Like,
I can see. I like that.
Like I still enjoy Men in Black 2 a lot. I think Men in Black 2 is hard. But like Jesus, it's nothing compared to the first one.
I like Men in Black 3 though. I really like Men in Black 3.
Yeah, because he figures out like why his dad and all this stuff. I was
at that point where I was hating Will Smith, so I just couldn't get into Men in Black 3.
You just don't like these. What's up with you and these prominent black actors that you don't?
Nah, like? I tongue in cheekly roast Denzel so that Denzel don't be acting. He just walk in there and be himself. But he's just good. He's just good. So like,
Jason, wrap this up because he done said way too
I love Denzel.
And let's end this shit now.
I never said Denzel can't act. Denzel walks there being himself, but he's a good actor. He walks there being himself. I promise you, I can show you 10 different impressions of Denzel from Denzel movies. You don't think they're the same nigga. We iconic line. You gonna think it's the same nigga.
We look at it just like Denzel with a new job. That's basically what
that's really what it is. That's really what it is.
We appreciate y'all for coming on this. But since Jason can't wrap this bitch up, I'll do it.
Damn. Like I like Denzel. I don't like Will Smith. I was mad as hell when he won that Oscar. I was hating on that nigga.
So no Bad Boys for you either.
He gonna be there, right?
No.
Oops. Okay, so on that
note, y'all. Me and all my homies, we saw Bad Boys 3. We're like, yo, we didn't even like this movie. We don't even like Bad Boys 3. Why did we go see it? We're like, a girl we would see it made us go see it. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Wow. Damn.
They said you sound like they watch Bart's fat ass be on screen.
They said you sound like a Candace Owens fan.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I think that's all that I had. So we definitely appreciate y'all for coming out and chatting with us on the episode. I'm gonna start with you, Kori. You can let the people know where they can find you if you want to be found. Let me say that.
So you guys can find me on Twitter. It's right there on the screen. It's Teacher Kori. Yes, I'm in education. Yes. So that's right there like that.
And Ivy, you as well, sir.
You can find me at Ivy No Carter _ on TikTok, on Twitter. You can find me at The Ivy Films on Instagram and YouTube. You can find me at Anonymous Sources Podcast. We talk basketball. And eventually, once I'm done trying to cast this damn movie, I'll get back on my channel at Ivy's Game Vault and start doing streaming for video games again. Cool. So that's where I can find us.
Jazz, you have anything for the peoples?
Thank you, both of y'all, for coming on here to discussing, talking some X-Men shit, even though we didn't always agree, but that's good. Ivy, you trash.
What did I do?
Thank you.
What did I do, yo?
Nah, I definitely appreciate this. This is a lot of fun. Just want to say our episode 104 is dropping on Tuesday. We got a bunch of friends together to talk about Insecure. So
y'all didn't even invite me on that one either, yo.
I'm sick of you, bro. You watch too much shit. Like, how do we know what you into, nigga?
God
like,
y'all ask, bro.
To be fair, I just met you, so you got
if you want to hear some words from me, Insecure is the one.
That's gonna be a debate. Like, you ready?
That is the one for me.
But yeah, so that's all I got, Jason.
All right, man. Well, again, we do appreciate y'all for coming out for our live event.
And thanks y'all too for inviting. Thanks you two for inviting, including like.
Y'all. I knew y'all enjoyed. I see y'all on the timeline talking about it. Me and Ivy, we in a little side chat, so he always talking about it in there. So we appreciate y'all, and I appreciate y'all for accepting the invite. But until next time, This is the What's a Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am Jason.
I am Jazz, and y'all be sure to subscribe, share, follow us on our socials. We just two Black movie and TV show watchers and reviewers. We don't do men versus women. We don't do none of that shit. But sometimes Jason? We put our toe in that pool.
Why I gotta put a toe in it? Like
I didn't want to say just outside, the tip. But
just jump in. The water's
man, that's it next time. Deuces.